Okay, here's the first drill for the beginners. When Tuangahe had us begin stick work for partner drills, very commonly he would have us warm up with doing, basic diagonal strikes against the wall. Use Bob as a wall here. And the idea is make your cuts as close as you can, or your body as close as you can to the wall, but don't actually hit the wall with your stick. What I'd like you to do is something a little different. I'd like you to go and either hit a target like a bob bag, or just make your cuts very close to your body. But instead of making a full circle, which is okay for beginners to get range of motion in the shoulder, I'd like you to speed things up through efficiency of transitions by start from a boxing guard, let's say for back of the term. Come in, that goes to target, and then comes around. It comes directly from your trapezius to target, cuts down, have it go, your hand goes no farther than your hip before you're already starting to sidestep and do your uppercut on 3. Your hand comes back no farther than front of your body, and then there's your forecut, and then before your hand gets out of your field of range of vision, gets behind you, you're already turning for your 1 cut again. So to show you from the front, you're guarding here, you go 1, 2, 3, 4. You're trying to keep that stick between you and him as high a percentage of the time as possible. And what you're doing on those transitions between 2 and 3 and between 4 back to 1 is similar to what a boxer does when they talk about doing a 4-inch punch. You can take your fist and cock it back here and throw a punch, right? But a boxer's 4-inch punch, I'll throw it from this side, is say 4 inches from the jaw, right? And what you're doing is cocking your body and then following through with the punch. All right, it's kind of like the 1-inch punch they do in Wing Chun, where it looks like, okay, it's not just the arm that's moving, but the whole hip and everything's behind that. So you're generating as much force as if you pulled back and then delivered, but your fist stays stationary, your body leans into the punch, and then you follow through from there. So that's also what we're doing here, is hips move and then deliver, hips move and then deliver. The fist comes no farther back than level with your own hips. You don't want to go way back here. Turn your body and uppercut. Again, hips move, and then there's your 4 uppercut. Now watch, don't let your hand go back farther than in line with your shoulders. Your body turns in, and you come right back for your 1 from there. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And try to get that motion of keeping that force field of your stick, We say it a lot of times, it's not a lightsaber, but you think of it almost like that right now, where you're trying to keep your weapon between you and him as much as you can. And that will give you overall a faster speed between shots. So your 4 strikes can be in total in a shorter period of time. All right, now I'd like to try a simple footwork drill. Just going to walk forward with the 4 strikes, but I'd like you to do it in a more efficient walking method. You've seen probably SWAT teams, TAC teams on TV, when you do a building entry and they're walking, in a crouch, and the idea is they're at 90% of height and they drop down 10% or so. The knees are bent and they're walking in a manner that keeps that front sight, steady on the target, right? So I'd like you, when you walk and do this technique, you're just doing 1, 2, 3, and 4 with a walking step. The easiest way to do this is on your forehand, have the opposite leg. So if you're right-handed, your left leg goes forward on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, right? You go back the other way. So I'm doing what's called an opposing gait. Most human beings will walk, opposite hand, opposite foot as they walk, right? what I'd like you to do is practice so that you can walk and keep your eyes steady as you walk. And what that does for you is it gives your brain an easier time of calculating distance, because all it sees is the target getting bigger. The target is not bouncing up and down. You know, I'm exaggerating, but you know, you're walking with that head rise and fall as in a normal step. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Again, make sure I'm in camera, I think I am. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, and try that nice and slow. Do it 1,000 reps, or your goal is 1,000 reps. Do it long enough that you get tired, and then do another few reps. When it starts to get sloppy, you can stop. Muhammad Ali used to say he would always do 20 push-ups. I said, is that enough? Well, I would do as many push-ups as I can, and then when I couldn't do any more, I did 20 more. So he's doing a lot of push-ups. Actually, he used to do, the figure I heard was 1,000 jabs over the course of his training in a day. That's why his jab was so blindingly fast. Part of that is in the nerves. You're getting very efficient muscle movement and signal to the nerves to fire off. Part of it is an endurance. But if you're doing that many repetitions of something, you're going to find the most efficient way to do it. You don't have excess energy to do it inefficiently. And that's what this exercise is about.